Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We're running a little bit behind. We had hoped to punch up a little bit earlier, and as they continue to run the markets, and let's dress this up a little. I am Bagadon. This is Stock Market Caddy, and it is Friday, a nooner, and we're going to give you. I'm going to be in and out, but I'm going to give you a chance to see what we're seeing and give you a chance to ask any questions that you might have, and let's punch this up here. Take a look at things. And if you want us to look at any of your stocks, oops, I don't like yellow. Maybe I should leave it yellow. We can do that. We'll leave it yellow today. Maybe it's a little brighter. And how about that? And maybe we'll try it. Try it this way. This is Swing Machine today, and we can chat about what it's doing, what the market is doing. Really don't ask why, right? That we'll leave that to CNBC. You know, Trump's going to put everybody into a recession and yada yada. Maybe not so fast. Maybe not so fast. And we should probably put a comment up here that it's live. Live. We'll put it over there. Maybe I should put it down the bottom. We'll put it down here for now. Okay, so it's Friday. Good chance to reflect back on what you may or may not have done, and what changes you might want to make for next week. We're happy to punch in any market. We look at the Swing Machine at 8:30. Of course, 8:30 there was some news, right? There was some news about the job market, and now we can know that there's going to be news about the job market. We can know that, but we never can know what the reaction might be, right? And a lot of times it's a knee-jerk reaction. A lot of times it's wrong, but it depends on that's so subjective, right or wrong. Those are subjective terms because what it means is it might be right now, but is it going to be right on Monday or Tuesday of next week? But for now, the VIX at 8:30 turned down sharply. The ES at 5-minute at 8:35 turned up sharply. And if you bought it with a mini, you're up $2,500. If you bought it with a micro, you're up 250. If you bought it with 10 minis, you're up 25 grand. The NQ jumped the shark. The NQ went long on the 5-minute now is what we're looking at 8:10 in advance. If you had bought it with a mini, you're up 6,100. If you had bought it with a micro, 610. If you had bought it with 10 minis, 61 grand. The YM 835. They waited. 1,600, 840, 940. Gold. Now gold appears to be, right? It appears to be a risk on, risk off, maybe market in and of itself. When risk is on, they're coming out of gold. When risk is off, they're going into gold. You can see it. At 11:30, if you had shorted gold, not saying to be short indefinitely or anything of the kind, but if you had shorted it as a trader with a mini contract, 1900. Oil, short. Oil can't get out of its own way. Bitcoin, on a 5-minute, long. Ethereum trying to come up as well. It is what it is. Not going to pass any kind of, noise your way about, again, why. It just doesn't even matter. And we can also put these on hourlies. We can put them on dailies. In fact, let's go take a peek. Let's put the VIX on a daily. Still at 40. Where's the ES on a daily? 80. Just almost pushing 90. Can it go higher? Yes, it can. Is the VIX confirming it? No, it is not. No, it is not. The trend is still down. Our view, not on an intraday, but on a position basis, going out 35 to 45 days, these markets will be back in. The ES will most likely be closer to 5,400 than 5,700. What anyone does with that or knows what to do with that, that's up to everybody else. But we know what to do with it. On a position basis, for a person that isn't a trader, it may seem, how can he be bullish and bearish? And, it depends on the interval. And see, we have multiple accounts and multiple trades and blocks of money that get put into the markets to achieve different things. In the end, trying to get the best profit factor we can get. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. And let's, by the way, if this broadcast gets interrupted, I don't know why. We got an error code from the streaming service, so I don't know what that was all about. So if it gets interrupted, it's not me. It was the first time that we got that, so I don't know what that was all about. Let's go and put this on a daily. And now the daily on the NASDAQ, she's ripped up so much against that short. She's trying to get long here, the little bastard, right? She's trying to come up. She's not there yet on a daily. And she's also at 80. So no one wants to get in front of this on the intraday. But on a daily basis, and we did. This is a position trade. We came in with options, and we're preparing to go the other way, out 35 to 45 days. Just preparing, nothing outrageous. If anyone wants to look at anything, but on the daily VIX, if the VIX was confirming this move up, we should be down in here. And we're not. So I can't. I'm not trusting it at all. On a position basis, intraday is intraday. So we're going to throw this back to a 5-minute, and we have much shorter tools and much shorter horizons. We'll put this back. It's a beautiful thing. And let's go take a quick peek at our Renko chart. What have they done here? Check this out. This is some crazy shit. It is what I want to see is this thing over here. Can I? Oh, okay, I can pinch it down. Let me pinch this thing down. I'm gonna make it real. I'll bring it back. It's this one. Remember? There it is. 57. What is that? 65. That's the last major resistance. She's going right at it, right into the teeth of it. Does she touch it? Yeah, she might. I don't think she got. It's one thing to go up and touch. Another thing, to hold it. So she's certainly running up. I think she'll struggle up in here. That's why we're putting on position trades to go the other way. But I don't have to hit it on Monday. I don't have to hit it on Tuesday. I don't even have to hit it by next Friday. I got 35 to 45 days to hit it. And I'll be happy with just a pullback to here. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. But Don, Trump and the tariffs and is the economy and it's this and it's that. Oh, it's great. It's Forget about it. It doesn't matter. And if you had been playing along with our C points, oh my goodness gracious, look at these things. Excuse me. This was the bear trap earlier this week, but all these C points, they're here. Let me ask you a question. Just going from here. If this dot showed up at the open of this brick, could you have made one brick? Yes. How much would that have been? $1,000. Don, this green dot showed up right here. Could you have played for one brick? Yes. Is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8,000. Now, it is like golfing with a 9-iron, or maybe even a pitching wedge, because if you had bought it right here, which was today, 1, 2, 3, 3,500. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And where does she stop? Right there. 9 grand. She pulls back. A little bit of a Fibonacci pullback, about 50%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 grand. We are busy in Q School. Really busy. It's really good. Folks are doing some really good things and looking at the price action in all kinds of different ways. We're prepared to work with you. Just let us know. I will be. I'm here every day, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'll take a phone call. It can be weekdays, can be Sundays, can be a holiday. If I'm around, I'm going to pick up if you want to talk about the markets. I will be in the office much of, all of tomorrow morning, early Saturday. We got a lot we got to do. We got a lot of files to get out to new annual members, completing their Q schools. Dickin, Allen, Daniels in Q school, Frederick also in his Q school. We have others that are reserved out into the summer months. So it's just time, folks. I don't want you to miss an opportunity. I want to be ready when you're ready. So look at your calendars and let us know, or call us. Let us know when you want to start. Let us know what your schedule's like, and we'll flex. We can flex. We're trying to give everybody ample opportunity. It's 3+ weeks. Hey, Frederick, how are you? There's Frederick. And Frederick, we're good. We're going to certainly catch up with you on Monday at 10. I'm looking forward to it. Haven't really, as you know, Frederick, really got started. We just wanted to get you acclimated to TradeStation. But good to see you. But if you're interested for later in the summer or later in the year, just let us know. We can get videos to you. Yeah. Frederick, if you want us to look at anything, you let us know. And again, I just mentioned to everybody, this is a kind of a new streaming service. If it abruptly ends, it isn't me doing that. It could be. I don't know why we punch. Yeah, let's look at silver. Let's just we'll just punch in silver here, SLV. We'll look at we can look at it on a futures contract, SI, and that's on a 1 minute. But let's You can let me know the time frame. We'll put it on a daily view. Let's look at a daily. Oh, she's pulling back. She is pulling back on a daily. It's a short trend. Um, Means 32.77, but she's really in the middle. Yeah, I'm not bearish silver at all. Um, I'm not. They just ran a little bit and need to pull back. I'm more bullish. Silver, I'd be wanting to look to buy it, but we might want to wait. So if you have something on this, like on a daily, that is in fact pulling back, if you're already in it, I don't think anybody has got to run for the hills here on it, unless depending upon how leveraged that position is. Let's put it on an hourly view. And so it was 7 hours ago she started to pull back. That was this morning. Let's look at silver on a SLV. We'll put this is the ETF. Let's put this on a daily view. And on silver, the SLV, the ETF, it's still in an uptrend, and it's just the dip. It's just registering as a dip. Let's look at it on a weekly view in case somebody is, investing in it. And it's long. It's been long for 61 weeks, and I would consider it to be in a bull mode. I think anything under SLV, anything under 30, I would be adding to it. That'd be me. We'll put it back. If there's any other interval, you let me know. The ES on a weekly went short 6 weeks ago, and it's drawing against it now. That's on a weekly. We're not going to trade futures though on a weekly time frame. We're not going to do that. We're going to use options if we do. And we're putting on flat just puts on the Nasdaq and in the S&P, going out 35 to 45 days. The volatility has come in, so they're not as expensive, and we're playing for them to pull back in. I didn't do spreads. I think next week we pull back. We'll see, though. We'll see, right? Don't anybody follow us, right? Don't. I get a little concerned. Anybody, get you don't want to get top heavy. Come in, too big, too much leverage, too big size. But if you have any questions on any market, you want us to punch anything in, we're happy to do that. And otherwise, I'll shut up and let you watch. And we had a very busy week, a lot going on. We're looking forward to the weekend of getting caught up. Members, please know that we're trying to disengage from the Zoom folks and re-engage with another service. And the idea will be, I hope, we'll learn more this weekend, as we'll be punching up our day-to-day. Our annual members get a chance. They can see a live view of our at least one screen 24/7 all week, and we're going to try to put that on the members webpage. So you just click on it. It'll be right there. That's the plan, anyways. We'll see. I got a disconcerting error message though, so I don't know what that was all about. How about Microsoft? Oh yeah, had a huge move. Yeah, I'm very bullish Microsoft. It was on earnings, and let's put it in. It looks really good technically to us. Apple did not, and we'll see where Apple is, but I'm not. But I think Microsoft is in a really good position technically. And yeah, she's really run. So, wow, big move, big move. So on a daily basis, she's in euphoria. In 3 days, in 3 days, she's delivered 41 points, not $41, 41 points. That's a 10% move. That's big. Let's look at it on a weekly view. It's going to be long. No, it isn't. Take it back. It is not. So on a weekly view, she is actually short, been short for 2 weeks, and actually had pulled back. Sharp reversal. So if I owned Microsoft, which I don't, I would hold it. I'd hold it, and I wouldn't be too eager um, as an investor. And it's ripping back against the weekly. The daily, I wouldn't. If I owned it, I would hold it. If I was an investor, if she pulled back on it, I'd want to probably accumulate more. If I'm a bit of a trader, slash investor, and I owned a bunch of shares of it, and she's in euphoria, what I might do, especially if it's in a tax-free account, I might sell some calls against it. I might go up and sell a call like at 445, something like that, for 35 or 45 days, and then they pull back, keep the call money and look to do that. That could be a good stock to do it to. If I'm an aggressive trader, if a person is, I I wouldn't short the shares outright, but I wouldn't buy them up here either. And what I might do is sell a call credit spread, and I might look to sell like maybe the 440s, turn around and buy a call at 445, something like that, for 35 or 45 days, and take the contrarian side, the pullback. That's what I would. So that's the other thing is like when someone, so we're just giving you a perspective. When you have a stock or a market, it is, you want to look at it in a fashion that makes sense to you. What are you trying to do? Is it, and I'm not talking at you, Frederick, you know that, but, is this an investment? Is this a trade? Um, we'll put it back at ES, I think. No. Try that again. Why isn't it going in? Uh-oh. What was that? I don't like that. You gotta be careful. Sorry about that. Computer did a little something weird there. Be careful. Thank you, Frederick. If anyone's got anything else, you just let us know. We'll let you watch. I just want you to know too, Frederick. Hopefully by Tuesday, maybe at the outset Wednesday, we'll have Swing Machine to you. I want to share with you how to set it up and how it works, and with some ideas. We're going to review some things on Monday, but we'll move you right there. And then when folks are in Q School, we're going to, and Frederick has, he has trade stations. So just like what we did for Dicken and for Alan, we're going to send you the file and give you a chance to work with it. And as we did for Dean, we do it for everybody, and and begin to get you underway. Here we can slide over to this intraday view. Let's see if we can do this without, oh, I better, okay. Machine's kind of, so you can see the conflict here in one view. Here's the ES. The ES went short. It did go short on a daily basis 48 days ago, back on the 25th. In that position, if you're still there, you're still up 15 grand. But look at the NQ. The NQ, it isn't quite yet confirmed, but it went short 47. And it's trying to get long now. Right? It is. Not saying that anybody should take any of these trades, right? Especially with leverage, right? Daily takes, you got to really, when you're putting on a daily trade, it doesn't mean that on Monday it's going to do this and Tuesday it's going to do that. You're doing it for at least, 35 to 45 days, ideally. And you really want to map that thing out and define your risk. We'll use options, but it's not there yet. It hasn't confirmed yet. And the Russell is still short. So these positions are still up. But Don, the market's been running. Yes, it has been running. When we drop down and look at the hourlies now, the hourlies, yes, they're long. What type of trade are they? They are hourlies. They are counter trades to the short. So if a person had, let's say a person had put on puts on the S&P, okay, they'd be up handsomely. But then this is not 44 days, this is 44 hours ago. 44 hours ago. Damn, the market's starting to run. Do I close my puts? Well, maybe you do, right? Maybe you do. Or maybe you keep your puts there and you hedge them by getting long on a futures contract. Maybe 5 micros, whatever, or a mini. If you did that, you'd have 6,000. On the NQ, you'd have 12,000, right? So as your trading matures, and as you mature as a trader and you begin to gain, expand your skill set, expand your horizons, it isn't just all about buy me this one stock, sell me this one stock, buy me this one position. It isn't a one by one. It begins to, you expand. You get to hit other shots. You actually begin to develop a game, right? A game. So if we compare it to golf, yes, in the beginning, you want to execute little chips, little shots, and practice, at the range, and then get out on a 9-hole and hit. But then ultimately, you're going to want to presumably play a complete game, a full game. And so there's a lot you can do. But you can see here that this is the hourly on the NQ. We'll just focus on the hourly. But what's this on? This is 240. We're actually inside a daily. Holy smokes, Don, are you kidding me? Not 45 days, 45 half days. When was that? That was back on April 23rd. But nobody was bullish back then. No, they weren't. Right? You had a bunch of people drawing time cycles, and no, they weren't. But Swing Machine did. So if you still had a short up here, you could still be short, but if you hedged it, you'd still have you would have protected some 28,000 bucks. As an example. Let's go look at Pebble. We love Pebble. So she's scanning stocks and she's looking. There we go. All right, what do we got going on here? Um, who's this? Motorola. Isn't that funny? Um, big break at Motorola today. Take-Two Interactive. These may be on earnings. You see that little hamster wheel there? I don't like that. Computer. I gotta be careful. I'm running a lot of video stuff, and this stuff really chews up. I don't like that. That hamster wheel. See that thing? I better let it just catch up. But there are some trade setups on some stocks, so you can have a chance to take a peek at some of those. Maybe again, a sell on Mohawk. Boy, that's slow. Look at that. I don't like that. Hmm. Still doing it. Let me see if I can get us back there. I don't like that. No, I better wait. Hmm. Let me close some other applications maybe. Computer's getting a little bit taxed. Still doing it. Did I push my luck here? So we gotta update all these screens to over the weekend, and get this all set up for 1080p. Get these things condensed. I'm sorry, I don't want to try to change screens right now because that hamster wheel is still trying to process this. Shoot. Sorry. It's not going to let me move. Crap. Trying to close down some desktops. See if I can free this thing up. I'm stuck. Shoot. I did not, don't think I turned off my computer last night. So she gets a little angry if I don't reboot it. I got a little greedy. So some others here, though, I'll just comment. JB Hunt, that's a stock that's been getting trashed. I'd look at that. Big, looks like a big reversal. Regeneron. These are sell signals. BDX, MSI, Take-Two Interactive. You might want to look at them. These would be trade triggers. Whirlpool, CarMax, and I'm jammed up here, folks. Shoot. Well, I'll give it a few minutes, but I'm sorry, I locked this up. What I would have to do is I'd have to bring the stream to a quick end. I'll reboot and I'll try to bring it back up, and I'll leave it alone. And so I'm sorry to do that, but I don't see her. She should have cleared. It's these. It's not TradeStation. I'm not going to blame the computer, but it's these graphics, these streams. And when I punched up YouTube to see it, and then that's when I think it bogs it down. Then we even have Camtasia running, so that's kind of chews it up. These graphic tools. All right, so I'm going to need to do that, folks. I'm sorry. I'll bring it. It'll be back up probably in about five minutes.